Hello everyone, my name is Caitlyn Gerlach and I have been with Scentsy for 7.5 years. I'm a director of Team Magnificent Mavens and I am located in southeast Wisconsin. Do I dare say go Pack Go? On this stage. So people who know me and what they would probably say about me is I am a full-time working mom outside of Scentsy. I have a hobby farm, so I am a crazy chicken lady. I have horses. I absolutely love coffee. I didn't start drinking coffee until after I became a mom. And I'm full of sarcasm. So, I do want to preface this by saying, so my topic is influence, and it's not meant to contradict Kelly's simplicity presentation, but you can either take this as her step number 2, and you can use it to influence either on your social media platforms, or you can use it off of social media. And it's not necessarily to influence you on how to run your business, but it's to inspire you to influence not only your customers, but your team, and how leading from the front will help build your business and then create solid foundations. There's going to be some analogies along the way, so I promise if you stick with me, hopefully it makes sense at the end, and then you'll have some takeaways. But the first thing I wanted to ask is, think back to when you hit that join button as a consultant. What was your why, or why did you start? What did you want to get out of Scentsy? And if you still have your why, if it's the same or if it's changed throughout the years, like my why has, you were ready for something, you were wanting to use Scentsy as an outlet to help you achieve your why, right? You as a new consultant were this little seed and you were so thirsty for knowledge and you were wanting to learn all the things so that you could successfully run your Scentsy business. But then what happens? The new wears off, and through the hustle and bustle of the seasons of life, like taking care of your kids, if you're like me, working, maintaining relationships, keeping our house clean, sometimes it's even, are we getting enough water in the day? We tend to get distracted, and then that causes neglect, and then in some areas, sometimes that's our Scentsy business. Sometimes we get so caught up in what other consultants are doing in their business and what systems they're doing and what Happy Mail they're doing and whatever they may be doing in our business, and we want to achieve what they're also achieving, but we get so caught up and we get distracted that we forget to just do. So you're in collection mode, but then you forget to act upon it. We think our life needs to be perfect, and so sometimes we try and wait for those perfect moments to share on social media, which is great, and it can gain attention and traction with your business, but if you expect your life to be perfect, you're gonna be let down. So, I lost my spot. We can't fall victim to imposter syndrome, because at the end, it's not going to work. So what other consultants are doing in their business, because they're doing it, it works in their life. Your life is different from the consultant that's sitting next to you today. And it works in their life because it's with their lifestyle. So we can try and do what they're doing, but it's not always going to stick because we have a different lifestyle than them. So think about what you've heard multiple times today and the core values of Scentsy. So being authentic, generous, and keeping it simple. Being authentic means sharing the real, raw versions of you, and it means sharing your struggles, your success, and you want to make sharing relatable to those who follow you. Becoming relatable makes people feel like they know you, and when they know you, they can trust you. There's also a recipe that comes with influencing, and that's engagement with people, establishing your credibility, and knowing the importance of certainty across your message. Getting people to support you in your business is not about tricking them to buy our products or tricking them into joining our team, but more about forming relationships and understanding their needs and opening their mind to your ideas. You need to stop selling Scentsy and share Scentsy. Think about, how does it impact your life? Share not only directly about our products and the opportunity, and when I say opportunity, not just making money, but also the sense of community that Scentsy brings. But what the products and how they benefit your life, the problems that they solve for you, and also indirectly. So an example is if you're taking a selfie, you're branded, or you have something in the background that's a Scentsy product that can catch their eye. If you are taking a picture of new home decor, Scentsy is home decor. So incorporate that around some sort of Scentsy product. Increasing engagement gains traction, and it gets people to pay attention to what you have to say. So another good way to gain traction is to ask people their opinion on something, because people absolutely love giving you their opinion. And then it builds engagement. Make your message clear and make it relevant to your audience you're trying to capture. So are you trying to share and gain a new customer, or are you trying to share and gain a new teammate? Make people feel empowered to reinforce and strengthen their feelings of certainty when trying to make a decision about a product or if they should join your team. Story time. So in 2020 and 2021, not gonna say the C word either, I was married and my son was just a little bit over a year old. I was in the thick of my business and it was the best that it has ever been. I had a strong team and a really good customer base, and I was really having so much fun within Scentsy and within my business and being able to be creative in the business that things were good until they weren't. So in 2021, my marriage started to fall apart, and without going into detail, it just kind of became toxic, and because of how I was feeling within my life at that time, I became distant and I started to drift away from my business. So I never said that I quit, and I was never going to give up, because trust me, I am a Scentsy lifer. But I just forgot that the joy that Scentsy brought me. And so I started posting less in my customer group and even on my personal platforms, and I started engaging less with my team. I was not leading from the front. And so it goes that my business started to dwindle. I was in my slump and in a dry spell, which brought drought in my business, and because my energy was elsewhere, I made excuses. I stopped using Scentsy as my outlet, and I'm not saying that I should be sharing everything along my rough journey, because I also don't believe in sharing all of your dirty laundry, but I just became distant, and I noticed a huge difference and decline in my business. So after our separation and through my divorce, I was in this achy growing season, and one that kind of felt endlessly filled of weeding and pruning and watering and cultivating, but there weren't any blooms. But I didn't give up. I had to dig myself out of where I was, and what I had to do was just begin again, right where I was. There is a hidden gem in endings, and with every ending comes a new beginning. And I don't mean to sound cliche, I literally just quoted my high school yearbook quote from graduation, didn't even realize that. So when you reach the end, you are given a fresh opportunity to begin again, no matter where you are. And it's only when you reach the end and you're dried up and you're shriveling that you realize where real life comes from in the first place. We will never know the joy of flourishing without experiencing the despair of struggles. Anytime you're feeling lost in your business, just start again. And again if you have to, multiple times, wherever you are. Go back to the basics. Remind yourself of why you started, or give yourself a new why to follow, and that's okay. At the end of one season brings new opportunity. And so before you get lost in the turmoil, just stop, turn the page, and begin again. And bring your empty cup and start to fill it again, just like I did. The reason I'm telling you this is because if you want your business to succeed, you need to stop selling to people and being like the rest of direct sales people who already give us a bad rap, kind of. There's still resistance in people and why they refuse to buy from direct sales companies, but there are ways that we can manage this resistance, and it's all in your message. Be less forceful in your messages. Don't use the word I, but use the word we, us, together, and make it known that we are inclusive and there is a seat at our table for everyone. Identify your attitude and deliver the message on the same side. If someone's being negative about something, spin it in a way, and I don't mean also be negative when you deliver it, but twist it. So for example, let's take Walmart products, their wax and warmers. A customer is just sold on buying wax from Walmart so they can, the products are good enough, if they smell good enough for your home, and then they can buy a wax warmer right then and there too. Rather than instantly seeming like we are fighting or going against them and trying to protect Scentsy, because we do, because Scentsy is truly the best, go ahead and say something like, I see your concern, or I have some concerns about Scentsy, or what, let me rewind. Walmart products are okay, but I also have some concerns about their limitations with their brand and their products unlike ours. And then go into why you firmly are standing behind our products. We need to use the I see you approach, and we need to be confident in delivering our message, but also stay open and humble. Direct sales today is where it's at, and yes, there are many consultants worldwide, but you need to show people what makes you different and why they should be buying from you rather than the consultant, down the road or down the street or the next town over. Someone who may be doing the bare minimum like I was. Uncertainty creates curiosity, and when people see that we are staying confident within ourselves and our business, we tend to pull them in. Some days and some seasons are not going to be visually flush and flashy and full of blooms and the instant gratification that we're sometimes expecting. But what makes you different than the rest of us is no one is you, and that is the power that you have to influence people just by being the real raw version and sharing the different seasons of your life. When people think of you, what do they think of? Is it a color, an object? Are you a crazy chicken like I am? What is it that makes you you, and start sharing that on your platforms? And that is how you're going to influence others, and you're going to build trust by sharing and being authentic and sharing things that make you you. Growth is rarely glamorous. Instead, it's among the rocky hills and the valleys and the foggy paths of waiting. If you expect life to be perfect, you will be let down every time. Growth within your life and in your business is worth sharing, and in return, you are showing people who you are, building a rapport, and gaining their trust in your followers, customers, friends, and family. And also celebrating your wins and accomplishments. It's not bragging if you want to brag about if you earned Hawaii or if you earned that luggage set in the last incentive. You're celebrating you, and that's okay too. Your business must be fought for, invested in, and tended to with love, but only with what you yourself can do and what works for you. So something that an SSD or an SD or a director what they're doing in their business may not work for you, and that's okay. So today, this is the new me, and I am finding myself craving more affirmations, more money, more accomplishments, more fun, and I am hungry to embrace this new chapter. Rebuilding my business, gaining trust in the people I know, and this journey is not about attaining perfection or arriving at a specific destination. It's not about having my life put together or avoiding suffering and struggles. It's about strength, confidence, and so that we together can conquer the challenges that we face and flourish within, right where you are planted. Thank you.